Hello everybody. I'm making this video because something struck me as pretty odd today. It took, to be honest, like 5 hours for it to hit me that it was odd, but it hit me nonetheless. I was walking down my college hallway and there's a woman in her mid-20s, obviously distraught about something. And this older gentleman sitting next to her said, "What's wrong?" And she said, "My grandfather just passed." And it was pretty weird the next thing that he did, or it struck me as weird later. It was almost like, zzz, ding! Immediately pulled out his Bible. Immediately started, opening up, looking for passages. And since I was just passing by, I didn't stop. I just kept going. But it struck me as, that's not that uncommon of an occurrence, but later, I was just kind of thinking, that is in such terrible, terrible taste. I mean, if you have such weak arguments, you have to wait for somebody to be in that kind of situation to pull out your Bible and attack them and start preaching to them right then and there. That to me is in such terrible taste. And for people who say that they have such a higher moral ground than atheists like myself do, you'll never, or at least I have never, and I will never, and I can't see my friends ever coming up to somebody saying, "What's wrong?" and they say, "Somebody important in my life just died," and be like, "Oh, maybe God isn't that great." Start spewing the atheist stuff. That's not going to happen. I mean, I haven't seen it. I've seen no inclinations that that's going to happen. If somebody's so emotionally, physically weak because somebody important in their life died, I am all for, comforting them, making them feel as good as you can, trying to build them up, trying to say, "Hey, you can get through this." But pulling out your Bible and taking that time to preach to them, that is in such terrible taste. And I mean, I'm just gonna ask that Christians don't do that, or Hindus, or Buddhists, or Muslims, or Mormon, or Scientologists. Don't. That is just such in terrible taste. I'm never gonna do that. Even if I think that a Christian is going through a tough time, and I know that I can probably get him to go to the atheist point of view at that time, I'm not going to do it. Because even just these words coming out of my mouth just disgust me. Because I cannot believe I have to say this. If somebody is such weak and exposed, help them. Don't preach to them. Help them. And you may say, "Oh, well, this is kind of helping." Maybe. I've gone through hard times and I've heard 50 people, "James, I'm going to pray for you." And then, there's a little bit of, these people care about me, but they say they're going to pray for me and then I never hear from them again for several months later and they're like, "Oh, you doing better?" And it's like, 5 months later I'm doing better. If you want to help people, be their friend. Don't do this. This is just disgusting to me. I'm not going to do it as an atheist. You shouldn't do it as a religious person. Thank you for watching.